Little Rico was playing in the garden when he suddenly spotted something unusual. Excited, he ran to call his father. In a hurry, Mr. Rajan came over and discovered a tiny parrot chick hiding beneath a pile of dry leaves. As he reached down to pick it up, the little chick kept trying to bury itself deeper under the leaves, desperate to stay hidden. Since their home was in the hilly region, it wasn't uncommon for people in the neighborhood to come across injured or abandoned baby parrots in their gardens. But after carefully observing the nearby trees, Rajan realized that there was no mother parrot in sight. So he rushed back to the house, brought a small cardboard box, gently placed the chick inside, and carefully carried it home. When Rico showed the tiny bird to his mother, her heart filled with joy. Soon the whole family gathered around, busy figuring out how to take care of the little one. In the kitchen, they first tried to give it some water, but the baby bird was too small to drink on its own. So Rajan quickly went to the pharmacy, bought a syringe, and used it to carefully feed water to the chick. This tiny guest, who had suddenly flown into their lives, brought an unexpected wave of happiness into their home. After giving it water, they gently carried the bird out to the yard, hoping to feed it little by little. But then Rajan's wife suddenly asked, "How will such a small chick survive all alone?" Without wasting a moment, Rajan rushed back to the garden. He called over a neighborhood boy, and after searching several trees, they finally discovered a parrot's nest. From there, with Rajan's permission, the boy brought down another parrot chick. Rajan hoped that within 15 to 20 days, this one would also grow up strong and healthy, just like the first. But sadly, only a few hours after being brought home, the fragile, featherless chick passed away. Watching the helpless chick he had taken from its mother die right before his eyes, Mr. Rajan couldn't forgive himself. But when it came to the first little parrot, his family made sure it never lacked care or love. Rico, Rajan's young son, spent most of his time playing with the tiny bird. Out of affection, he gave his new friend a name, Mitu. Although Rico tried in many ways to feed him, Mitu was still too small to eat from his hand. So every single day, either Rico's mother or Rajan himself carefully fed the baby bird several times. In just 8 to 10 days of being brought home, Mitu had already become a part of the family. Lately, whenever Rajan sat down in the kitchen for a meal, Mitu would come running to join him. He would stand helplessly to the side until someone set aside a portion just for him. And then, like a little mischief maker, he often refused to eat it. With all the love and affection surrounding him, Mitu grew stronger day by day. But as the chick grew, Rajan's worries grew too. After all, no matter how close he became to the family, Mitu was still a wild bird. How could he live his whole life without a companion? Rajan often wondered, so one day he brought home another parrot chick from the market. Since they were almost the same age, it didn't take long for the two to bond. To match Mitu's name, the family lovingly called the new chick Ritu. At first, they kept the parrots in the kitchen, but after spending so much time with them, the family grew too attached. Now, instead of staying in the kitchen, the parrots shared their bedroom, free to play around the entire house. Over time, Rajan realized that Mitu was a male and Ritu a female. Within just a few months, both parrots had grown into beautiful young birds. Every day, for hours, Rajan or another family member patiently tried to teach Mitu to speak. And after 3 to 4 months of effort, Mitu finally began to mimic human words in a broken but charming way. Whenever Rajan had a break from work, he would take the two parents outside for fresh air. At first, He kept one bird in the cage while letting the other fly freely. But then, one day, something incredible happened. When Rajan finally released both parrots together into the open air, at first they showed each other love and affection. Ritu even laid down gently, while Mitu, overjoyed, hopped around excitedly. Seeing this sweet moment, Rajan's heart filled with happiness. From that day, he began bringing them to the rooftop every day, letting them roam free. And then, after just a few days, Rajan witnessed the moment he had long been waiting for. The two parrots had bonded in love for the first time. Overjoyed, he quickly set up a nice little space for them in one corner of the kitchen, building them a small clay pot filled with straw, so they could start their own family. The parrots, too, seemed delighted with their new home. Before long, Ritu even laid her first egg. But there was a problem. Though she laid eggs, neither Mitu nor Ritu seemed willing to sit on them. Days passed, yet there were no signs of them caring for the eggs. After carefully observing, Rajan discovered the reason. Rats had been disturbing the nest. So without wasting time, he gently moved the parrots into a secure cage. From then on, he never disturbed them again, except for feeding them regularly. Nearly 40 to 45 days later, Rajan finally gathered the courage to peek inside the pot. The moment he leaned in, the mother parrot attacked him fiercely, trying to protect her nest. But when Rajan managed to take a quick look, he couldn't believe his own eyes. Inside the pot were not one, but 4 tiny chicks. Time passed, and the chicks grew little by little. But when they were just 5 to 7 days old, tragedy struck. Ritu, the mother parrot, suddenly died. It felt as if the sky had fallen on Rajan's head. He buried Ritu with a heavy heart, and then took it upon himself to care for the newborn chicks. Thankfully, Mitu, the father parrot, didn't abandon them either. Every now and then, he would bring food in his beak and gently feed his babies. As the chicks grew stronger, Rajan eventually separated them to raise them safely. And to give Mitu a new companion, he introduced a bright yellow parrot into the family. Within just 8 to 10 days, Mitu had also bonded with her. Now the only question that remains is, what will the chicks look like when they grow up? Will they have the same green feathers as Mitu, or the golden yellow shade of their late mother? To find out, make sure you subscribe to our channel and stay with us on this incredible journey.